A lot of Britain's problems seem to stem from its complete inability to face up to the loss of empire. There are only 14 overseas territories remaining, one of them being Pitcairn Island, home to only 50 people. Sounds like paradise, until you discover that in 2004, 7 men, a third of the male population, were convicted of underage sex crimes. You can understand why the British elite are so keen to hold on to this beauty. A third of the men being sex criminals creates a sense of nostalgia, reminding our establishment of prep school, university, Westminster, and any time they're in a car with 2 other people. There are those who ask whether the class system is still relevant in the United Kingdom, and perhaps the word kingdom gives us some kind of clue. In Victorian times, the rule of thumb for wealthy families was that the oldest son would run the estate in Britain, and the second son would travel to the colonies to find their fortune. Looked at that way, it's easy to see imperial excess as nothing more than the symptoms of second child syndrome. When Hugo hears that his brother back home has got the orangery up and running, it is in many ways a natural response to systematically starve 20 million people. And in a way, this has happened in modern times too. The members of our elites who used to go into politics now choose real power by going into the finance sector. And we are left with people like Michael Gove. Michael Gove, who looks like a witch tried to turn a schoolboy into a snail and forgot the words halfway through. Michael Gove, a man who is leaving his body to science fiction. Michael Gove, who looks like what remains after the third horse of the apocalypse snags its cock on a fence. Michael Gove is human, certainly, but he is not how we like to think of ourselves. There are no movies where the hero is like Michael Gove. Indeed, even the villains are often more relatable. In fact, the only echo of Michael Gove in the whole of the Western canon would be an occasional character in a cautionary fable for children. A shepherd boy who spreads rumours about the foreign ways of the people from the next village, only to find they are reluctant to help him when he is carried off by a paedophile. There have been reports recently of a drug that can halt dementia in mice. Good news for people with dementia. Bad news for mice. Surely the last thing you want when you're being used in a drug experiment and will eventually be thrown into a bin is clarity. And maybe we should ask ourselves whether, with our own immediate political future, we really want clarity either. Good night.